Hey, this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with some more adventures in locksmithing. This time talking about an eviction, and the police oftentimes they get a bad rap, but I've seen them, and this is years back, so this isn't just a recent reaction to recent public outcry, but a lot of times they try to adapt, and so we had a situation where the house being evicted, the landlord had gone into a coma. And he had been in a coma for a couple of years, and his sons didn't even know he had this property. And he had finally died, and when they finally got all of his legal information, they discovered he owned this house. And the tenants had just been living there rent-free. And they... One was driving a Mercedes, the other one a Lexus, and they're there, the wife's home, and they say, okay, well, you're being evicted. And she's, oh, no, we left voicemail on the phone last night. We pay up. And they're like, you're going to pay up a couple years worth of rent? I don't think so. You had your chance. Today's the eviction. You got to get out. And she says, and so she was Punjabi. And she was trying to use the language as a barrier. But most Punjabi here in the U.S. know English. And so she's, wait for my husband to get home. Then we talk about it. And they would talk to her, and she'd say she didn't know. And they were knowing that they might have to physically remove her. They called in two lady cops, one of which was Punjabi and could speak Punjabi. And so she came up, and then and she kept saying she didn't understand. And it wasn't until they put one cuff on her. She spoke perfect English. She went, got her stuff, got in her car, and left. And they said, well, ma'am, hold on. Did you get some stuff for your husband? She says, no, I'm not allowed to touch his stuff, which is a cultural thing, and they're like, ma'am, I know that, but your husband is going to be living in a hotel tonight. He's going to want a change of clothes. You have 15 days to get your stuff back, but please go get your husband some clothes. And she was kind of hesitant about that. They talked her into that. So the officers did help her out, but they had been there. She tried to pull the language barrier when it wasn't a thing. And so it was nice to see, the officers wanting no sort of complaint. They got other female officers. They got an officer who spoke Punjabi to make sure that there was no misunderstandings. It wasn't a male officer arresting her, because there was no need for that. And we run into that a lot of times. People on evictions, they try to come up with an excuse or to play the language barrier. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a court order. They've had 90 days notice, and so they've got to get out at that point. So anyways, that's just another day in the life of a locksmith. Hope everybody's having a good day.